So if you had to rank them in terms of mustache, Gardner Minshew, JP France, and Freddie Mercury. Ron Swanson. Hi, I'm Weston. I love talking about the Astros, and I'm here to talk about Game 38 of the regular season, where the Astros win 5-1 over the Chicago White Sox and take the first game in Chicago. Can I tell you guys a quick story? Once upon a time in the South Side, the Astros walked into Chicago and simply beat an inferior opponent. There was no stress. There was no mess. It was just a good night. Even when the White Sox got on the board first, it never felt like it was their game to win. The Astros seemed in control even when trailing by the 1 run. And that was the only blip on the radar for the Astros pitching staff tonight, was the second inning home run by Luis Roberts. And we'll go into the pitching staff because JP France pitched tonight. 6 2/3, 3 hits, 1 earned run on the home run, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, which isn't like crazy or anything. But the 1 walk is good. 9 swings and misses. Again, nothing too crazy or anything. 6 hard hit balls, right about where you want it to be. Guys, I don't understand this team. I can only imagine that the Astros, upon being questioned about the viability of a rookie pitcher taking on a veteran workload, said, "Screw you, we'll have 2 of them do it." I don't know who looked at the pitching staff and said, the dynamic duo of Hunter Brown and JP France will haunt your nightmares. But, here we are. But the most observant of you all might notice that I said 6 2/3. He would not finish the 7th inning. In came Hector Neris, who picked up a strikeout in 1/3 of an inning. Nito Espiguito. Brian Abreu came in. Again, starting to ride the boat. Clean inning work, no hard contact, picked up a strikeout, nothing too shabby there. And Ryan Presley in the 9th inning didn't give us heart palpitations and simply got 2 strikeouts to close out the game. That's pretty nice of you, Ryan. I appreciate it. This was fine. It wasn't this incredible showing or anything, but it was good. Did more than what they needed to. It was a solid offensive output. 5 runs. You had Mauricio Dubon, who would reach base 3 times, have an RBI double thrown in there. Nothing too shabby. Jordan Alvarez would hit a tank in the 9th inning. Kyle Tucker had an RBI double, if I'm not mistaken. Corey Julks reached base 4 times tonight. Because why wouldn't he do that? I sort of said it as a joke in the opening, but it's just the truth. It was an Astros team, fresh off 2 wins, going into Chicago, facing an inferior opponent, and beating them. There was no theatrics. There was no nerve-wracking moment. It was a better team beating a not better team. Before we end the video, we get to talk about injury updates, which has been this entire season in a nutshell, has just been injury updates. Altuve made his rehab debut for AAA. Went 0 for 4, which wasn't great, but didn't do anything to set back progress, which was good. And the second pitch of his night went almost 400 feet and was almost a home run. So, made really good contact. You hope he'll be back by the end of the month. Hopefully, maybe in a week or so. Right? Maybe get 6 starts under his belt in AAA and then come back up. And then there's the Michael Brantley news. Just setback, shut down again with injury. There is no timetable. And I'm not trying to be that guy. You gotta kind of start to question if you see Michael Brantley this year. And I know that's a pretty visceral reaction to that news. But, man, it just... I don't know. That was my gut reaction, was I don't know that we see Michael Brantley this season. I really hope I'm wrong. I really hope by the end of June, or hey, maybe even by the end of this month, something crazy happens and he's there for the team. I really, really hope that. But man, just another shutdown for Michael Brantley. And I think that question kind of has to be at the back of some people's mind in the organization of, do we actually see him take the field this season? And that's not a fun conversation to be had. And I hope that's not the conversation being had. I really do. I love Michael Brantley. I want him here. I want him playing. But shut down again, and that's the first thing that came to my mind. And on that incredibly depressing note, we now talk about tomorrow's game, where the Astros go to hopefully secure a series win and get a 4-game winning streak, which I think would be a season high. I'm not checking it. It will only make me sad to know if it is or not. That game is at 7:15 Eastern, 6:15 Central. The Astros will send Brandon Bielak to the mound, and the Chicago White Sox will send Dylan Cease to the mound, who has an over 5.5 ERA. He was a Cy Young nominee last year. And again, that's 7:15 Eastern, 6:15 Central. I'll be here afterwards to talk about it, but as for right now, that is all I have to say. So if you enjoyed the video, please consider to like and subscribe. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day, and as always, go Stros.